The Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau's preliminary report into the Air India Flight 171 crash has provided the first official account of the disaster that killed 260 people on June 12. According to a preliminary report by India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, moments after takeoff, both the switches in the cockpit that control fuel going to the engines had been moved to the cutoff position. Moving the fuel switches almost immediately cuts the engine. On the other hand, drawing on information gathered from the plane's data and voice recorders, which were recovered after the crash, the report relied that in the cockpit voice recording, one of the pilots is heard asking the other, "Why did he cut off?" referring to the fuel switch. The other pilot responded that he did not do so. Seconds after the plane began losing altitude and an emergency message was transmitted from the cockpit to air traffic control just before it crashed to the ground outside the airport perimeter. The report, however, did not identify which remarks were made by the flight's captain and which by the first officer, nor which pilot transmitted Mayday call just before the crash. The 15-page long preliminary report also mentioned that ramp air turbine was also deployed, suggesting that both engines did not work. It also found that there was no fuel contamination. It may be mentioned that the preliminary report came a month after the Air India flight AI 171 bound for London crashed into a hostel maze of a medical institute at Ahmedabad, killing all but one of the 242 people on board and 19 others on the ground. Meanwhile, Union Civil Aviation Minister Kinjarapu Ram Mohan Naidu has urged people not to jump into any conclusions on Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau report of the Air India AI 171 crash, noting it has preliminary report and final report is yet to arrive.